They said the streets were safe at night. Most people believed that walking alone after dark was harmless. But I learned the truth the hard way. It was around 2 a.m., a quiet Thursday night. I was walking home from my late shift, headphones in, mind lost in music. The streets were empty, silent except for the echo of my own footstep. The streetlights flickered occasionally, casting long shadows that seemed to move independently of the wind. A cold breeze swept through the alleyways, making me pull my jacket tighter around me. At first, I thought I saw a shadow out of the corner of my eye. A man, standing still, on the far side of the street. He wore a suit, strangely formal for this hour, but what caught my attention was his smile. It wasn't friendly. It wasn't welcoming. It was wide, too wide, stretching unnaturally across his face, like something from a nightmare. His eyes glinted in the dim light, sharp and calculating, almost as if they were measuring me, evaluating me. I shook my head, telling myself I was imagining things, but the feeling in my gut told me otherwise. I tried to ignore him, kept walking, pretending he didn't exist. Then he started moving. Not running, not walking normally. He had a strange, jerky gait, almost like he was dancing. But the smile never left his face. The rhythm of his steps was inhuman, unnatural, as if the very act of walking had been twisted into something terrifying. Every movement he made seemed to echo louder than it should, a soft, terrifying beat that matched the racing of my own heart. I felt my heart race, a cold sweat creeping down my spine. I turned a corner, hoping to lose him in the empty street. But no matter which way I turned, he was always there. Ahead, behind, sometimes in the shadows to my side, always watching, always smiling. His presence seemed to warp reality itself. No alleyway, no turn, no street could hide him from my sight. I reached for my phone, hands trembling. But before I could call anyone, he was right there, at the next intersection. He stopped, tilted his head. That smile, that horrifying, endless smile. I ran, full sprint, adrenaline taking over every fiber of my body. He didn't chase me. He didn't need to. I could feel him behind me. His presence, like a shadow fused to my own. Every step I took seemed to be echoed by him, an invisible twin that never made a sound. I reached my apartment building, slammed the door behind me, locked it. Heart pounding, I peeked through the peephole. Empty street. No one there. I could still feel it, the lingering presence, almost tangible, pressing against the walls of the building. I convinced myself it was over. Maybe my imagination, maybe the late shift, maybe exhaustion. But then, at 3 a.m., I heard tapping on my window. Slow, deliberate. 1, 2, 3. I looked. No one. But the reflection in the glass told me the truth. A face, in a suit, leaning slightly, smiling too wide, too sharp. Just standing there, staring, waiting. I moved to a different room, called my best friend, told them everything. We decided to watch the security footage from my building lobby the next day. When we did, my blood ran cold. At 2:05 a.m., the lobby camera caught him, walking normally, entering the building. No doors opened for him. No one else on camera. Then he turned slowly, looked directly at the camera, and smiled. A smile that should not exist in this world. They call him the Smiling Man. Some say he is a spirit, a shadow of pure malice. Some say he preys on those who walk alone at night. And some say he waits for you, even when you think you're safe. Weeks passed, and the image of him haunted me. I stopped taking evening walks. I avoided the streets whenever possible. Even in the day, I felt the weight of eyes on me, a sensation I could never explain. I researched obsessively. Other stories began surfacing, reports of people in different cities encountering a man in a suit, a smile so unnatural it broke reality itself. All the reports described the same movements, the same terrifying dance, the same feeling of being followed, even when no one was visible. I learned that he doesn't need to chase you. You don't see him following because he doesn't move like humans do. He bends space, appears wherever he wants. You are never alone when he chooses to watch. Curiosity eventually got the better of me. I wanted to see him, just once, to prove I wasn't losing my mind. I stepped outside, heart hammering, hands shaking, into the quiet street. For a moment, nothing. Silent. Relief. Then, almost imperceptible, tapping, the rhythm of his steps, all around me. Not ahead, not behind, but enveloping me. I spun in every direction, trying to locate him. And there he was, at the corner of the street, standing still, smiling, watching. I froze. Fear rooted me to the spot, adrenaline threatening to tear me apart. His smile grew impossibly wide, stretching beyond human limits, his eyes glinting with an almost inhuman intelligence. He raised a hand, a slow, deliberate wave, acknowledging my gaze, confirming that he knew I had finally seen him. I staggered backward, my mind screaming for escape, but my legs refused to obey. The street seemed to stretch endlessly, the buildings bending unnaturally as if reality itself were under his control. Time lost meaning. Seconds became minutes, minutes became hours. And still, he stood there, smiling, watching, patient. Eventually, I found the strength to retreat inside. I slammed the door shut, locked it, and collapsed against it. The sound of my own breathing filled the room, but it could not drown out the echo of that smile in my mind. I realized something horrifying. The smiling man is not just a story. He is a predator, invisible yet omnipresent. He feeds on isolation, on fear, on the quiet moments when the world sleeps and people let their guard down. And sometimes, when the streets are empty, when the wind whistles just right, when the world slumbers, I feel him, watching, smiling, waiting. He is patient, he is eternal, and he always comes back. Even now, years later, I cannot walk alone at night. Even now, every shadow makes my heart skip a beat. Even now, I know he is out there, somewhere, waiting for the next solitary soul to walk the street. Because he is always watching.